Most of your daily struggles come down to simply not having enough energy. Whether it's physical moves or just staying sharp mentally, you need energy to keep you going throughout your day. Because imagine that every day you're working on optimal levels of energy. You wouldn't crash midday, you wouldn't need caffeine to just wake you up. No more procrastination and definitely less stress about not getting stuff done. Energy is a resource. It's mainly about three pillars: sleep, nutrition, and exercise, which is exactly what we're going to talk about. I've spent years studying health psychology and coaching, and here are the most practical and basic advices that I could give you in order to improve and optimize your overall energy levels. The first thing that you want to do is consider sleep as an untouchable. Because when lack time, the main thing that most people will do is cut down on their sleep hours, which is exactly the opposite of what you should do. And I mean, I've been there when it was exam season or when I was working double shifts. Reducing the quantity of my sleep was the first thing that I will do because I was thinking that it was the right move, right? Well, it isn't. Because the first thing that you need to do if you want to optimize your lifestyle is start by considering sleep as an untouchable. It's non-negotiable as part of your day, a habit that you need to protect at all costs. Sleep is just as vital as food or water. Its impact is critical, not just for immediate recovery, but also for long-term health and overall lifespan. So if you want to live longer on this earth, you better sleep right. Think about the last time that you've had a sleepless night. How do you feel after that? Hint: bad, because without sleep you're a primal animal, you're not human anymore. And for that reason you need to start by building a schedule around it. So this is my sleep protocol. This is what I recommend you in order to optimize your energy levels. It's very simple. You begin by clearing all existing alarms on your phone. Then you set up two new alarms, one for bedtime, the other one for waking up. Both snooze free and daily. I have an app that I recommend, which is called Sleep Cycle, and I'll link down in the description below. Because there is a myth that we need to get rid of, and that is the concept of catching up on sleep. This disrupts your body's internal clock and biological functions. It's essential to maintain a consistent sleep schedule, regardless of the day. Your body doesn't make difference between a Monday and a Sunday. And in order to implement that hygiene, you need to spend the next few weeks experimenting, trying various sleep and wake up times in order to identify what aligns best with your schedule and your sleep needs. It's a try and error process. It requires patience. It may take you up to 2 weeks before figuring out the right combination. But once you do, boy, like your whole life changes. Everything feels easier and lighter when you have a good night's sleep. The second thing is that you need to allow your body to feel tired. There's no secret that caffeine, nicotine, and the blue lights on your phone, they're not your friends when it comes to sleep. And despite their clear impact, it's surprising how often these habits are overlooked as significant triggers for sleep troubles. After a day filled with stimulants up until 8 p.m., people are surprisingly staring at their ceiling for 2 hours before falling asleep. It just turns bedtime into a nightmare, but it doesn't have to be. In order to prepare you for sleep, your body secretes chemicals to induce the state of sleepiness. You probably know melatonin, as it's the primary sleep hormone, and everyone's talking about it nowadays. So, while these stimulants, they delay the production of melatonin, making it impossible for you to feel tired when your body truly is. Everything that you consume has a timer on how long it affects your body. Knowing this can help you decide the best time to have that last sip of coffee or the last checkup on social media. To avoid that, you need to understand the concept of half-life of a molecule. For example, caffeine's half-life is about 5 to 6 hours, meaning that if you have coffee late in the afternoon, your heart is still pumping half of it by bedtime. For your phone or computer, the blue light, it messes with your sleep too. Try cutting sleep time at least 1 to 2 hours before going to bed. And also, you can add up screen filters, blue screen filters, in the evening to make it easier for your eyes. These little optimizations will make a big difference when you stack them up. Energy and nutrition are inseparable. And when coaching my clients, the first thing that we need to get over is basics about nutrition, because I think that there is a lot of misinformation out there. So first of all, nutrition isn't about magic. It's about understanding the basics of our bodies, and it's about physics. Think of yourself as an engine, right? Your fuel comes from the foods that you ingest, and your body transforms it into the energy that you use to breathe, move, and live, basically. And to manage your weight, it's really straightforward. You need to know your daily caloric intake. It's a number that represents the total energy your body needs to function for a typical day. View this as a threshold, okay? So if you go over this number, you gain weight. And if you go below, you lose the weight. That's pretty much all you have to know about it. So I've tested a bunch of different calculators online, and I'll link down below the one that I find most accurate. The second part is that you'll be monitoring what you consume. And it's the only precise way to do it is by weighing everything that you eat during your day. As for sleep, I found that Lifesum is the best application for it, and I'll link down in the description below. This scares a lot of people, and I don't really understand why, because here's how I see it. When you're baking a cake, you're measuring your ingredients to make sure that it looks like a cake at the end, right? So why is it weird when it comes to a diet? I don't understand. If you want your body to operate at its best, why wouldn't you control the fuel that you're putting in it? It's not about restriction. It's about understanding and balancing. And the second thing that we need to talk about is protein, because most people, they underestimate the amount of protein that they should ingest and they overestimate their actual intake. This leads to their body not having sufficient protein. It prevents your body's ability to operate and repair. Protein is vital for much more than just muscle repair. They are made out of amino acids, 9 of them which are essential and cannot be produced by the body. You have to make sure of 2 things. One is that you're consuming enough protein each day, because the problem with protein is that you can't really store it. And the second thing is that your proteins have to come from complete sources. Animal-based proteins like meat, poultry, fish, eggs, milk, they naturally contain all essential amino acids. But for plant-based diets, it's mainly quinoa and soy. Same thing, I'll link down a calculator below for your daily protein needs. You need to put it at daily objective to meet this target, ensuring your body has all the necessary components it needs for optimal function. The second thing is that you need to assess your protein sources. You look them up to see if they are complete or not. Google is going to be really straightforward with you. If you're eating animal-based product, you're not going to have anything to worry about. This is more for the people who avoid animal-based products, such as vegetarians or even vegans. And that's pretty much all you have to know about nutrition for the moment. You focus on that. And the last thing that we need to talk about is exercise. Too often, exercise is viewed as a burden. It really doesn't have to be this way. The primary reason to engage in physical activity shouldn't be because it's an obligation, because you have to do it. It should be about the way it makes you feel. And I guess that most people dislike physical activity because they've never been shown how to like it. They just haven't found the right approach yet. You have to test, try, and accept that you're going to be bad at it. I've seen that fear of judgment and self-induced pressure are what stop people from implementing this habit in their routine. You have to understand that it's okay to be a beginner, and the key is to not listen to unrealistic self-expectations. I want to be straightforward. If you want to live longer on this earth, consistent physical activity is your best ally. And on our quest to optimization, this will have tremendous benefits, helping you sleep, focus, and improve your mood, even a whole bunch of stuff that you can't even fathom right now. You need to start by making your intention visible. You place a calendar on the fridge as a daily reminder and book time in your schedule to experiment physical activity. You need to commit to at least 2 to 3 months before considering switches, because in 3 months, I'd say that you have time to hate it, dislike it, and maybe just enough time to start to like it. Whether it's signing up for a class, getting a gym membership, or buying gear for swimming, you need to take that first step. Once you've chosen which activity you're going to do, you stick to it for 3 months. To be honest, you'll have to force yourself to engage at first, because slim are the chances that you'll fall in love with it the first time you try it. You just have to find something that's sustainable for you, and it will get better. Don't worry, as you get more advanced. In my own experience, the gym is much more than what people expect it to be. When I was starting out, I thought it was a weird environment, to be honest. But picking up going to the gym is the reason why I've started to get my head into all of this: nutrition, sleep, optimization, mental health, everything. This is an all-in-one, and that's the good thing about the gym, because the goal is to take the best care of your body, and for that reason, you should consider going to the gym. Because for me, Going to the gym is the physical activity that supports most the idea of self-optimization. It's a unique opportunity to compete against yourself only while being surrounded by other people. You're learning through repetitions and failure, and that's the best way to learn. So for beginners, don't worry. I suggest that hitting the gym about 3 times a week is ideal for quickly establishing a routine, and you put your rest days in between sessions, offering appropriate time to recover. So the goal of your routine is to target all muscle groups pretty evenly and across the whole body. And at first, you won't even have to stay for an hour. I promise you. You just need to get familiar with the process of going to the gym, changing clothes, the environment. You just like do 2 to 3 exercises and then you're done. You will increase the difficulty as you go and as your body adapts and you're more capable of doing. But that's just for another time. And if you've never stepped in a gym before, no pressure. Just go there, try the machines, feel the weight, trying to understand the physics of it, how your body moves, and just like ask people if you need help. If you do it politely, most people would be happy to help a new member come in. Also, big disclaimer about that. Don't look at all the influencers that you find online. Choose only 1 or 2 that you feel are professional, are dedicated, and then use their information to build your own knowledge around it. Don't give up just because it feels hard, because it's just how it's supposed to be at first. And these are all the tools I wish I had in one single video when I was a 17-year-old starting out my own journey. So this was only me focusing about the body, and maybe there's gonna be a next part focusing about the mind. Give it 6 months, at least a year, and go back to those guidelines whenever you feel the need to. But these are the foundation of your energy levels, and you need to make it a priority if you want to pursue deeper goals. Take it one step at a time, and don't overwhelm yourself trying to stack up all the habits from the start. You just prioritize according to your most immediate wants, needs, and preferences. Because more than optimizing your energy levels, what we're trying to build is foundation. And the main traits that you'll be developing throughout your journey are consistency and self-acceptance. So if you have any question about your optimization plan, how to set it up, leave just a comment below. I'll answer it. And if you're wondering how to build the mindset to be able to do that, consider learning a little bit more about the single character model here. Trust the process.